my name is Sasha. Welcome to the Muthaship. So take just one moment and see which of these three cards that you feel most drawn to. We'll start with the middle card. This is a place within yourself where you've had some distress, confusion. This can be literal stress and not knowing how to step forward or which decisions to make, which avenue to choose. And this is all about change. So this is your calling to embrace these changes and continue walking forward. Sometimes when we make a big change, it is necessary to just remember that you're changing, because in the beginning of that change, you're still going to be seeing a lot of things before you that maybe you don't know how to settle into, or that you don't know how to make sense of yet, and that you're still learning about. So give yourself a little credit where credit is due, and just thank yourself for making changes. This is also about changing your mind and changing the way that you actually think and perceive, and this can be externalized in our world as well when we make changes, but ultimately everything begins with your thoughts. So pay close attention to your thinking patterns, and release judgments and criticisms. And also I'm hearing to release anything that is harsh. So these can be situations, relationships, even just being too critical of yourself, demanding and expecting too much. This is where you really just embrace the change and work on your balance, work on your harmony, work on what brings you satisfaction and growth and dependability. But it's good to bring in that playful attitude, because you'll be learning and discovering these new worlds that are opening up to you. So the more of yourself that you can bring to the path that's ahead of you, and really ground yourself, get yourself connected into the earth, get yourself connected in through the great central sun, and bring your own light codes in. This will help sharpen your intuition. And it's good to, when you notice yourself overthinking, overanalyzing, trying to think things through, I have two suggestions. One is Teomania. This is a Totem practice. This is where daily, it's similar to meditation, but it's not exactly. This is daily. You just actually clear your mind, and you could imagine just dumping out of your head everything that's related to thoughts and thinking. And the more that you do this, you're just opening up a space for the divine to speak to you, for your own wisdom and soul knowledge to come through, your own divine essence to come through. This is where you'll begin being more receptive, shifting more into your feminine polarity, and receiving intuitions and messages and downloads and things that will actually help you. When you logically try to reduce situations and formulate and categorize, this is all what needs to just be let go of right now. Get into the flow of yourself. All right, let's move to the next card. So this is about balancing your passion with your drive. What are you putting action towards? And what are you truly passionate about? This is acting quickly, and there is also a need here to kind of maybe put some of this over here and some of this over there for the time being until you can bring those two parts of yourself together into more of like a solid plan of action. But as you do this process, know that you'll always have the resilience and the support that you need. And this is all about being bold and not sitting back. You can't sit back there anymore. You can't hide. You cannot just sit on the sidelines. This is about stepping up fully. Even if you don't know how right now, that part doesn't matter. The part that matters is the action that you take right now. And sometimes when we're at a crossroads, it doesn't really matter what choice you make. It just matters that you make a choice. That's for some of you. And for others, this is about claiming your independence and going for what you really want, not leaning on anybody else, not even leaning on what you think is logical to do or what you know or what makes sense. Sometimes what your heart wants is just what it wants, and that's what you need to step forward on in your path, because there's only one path with heart. Let's move to the third card. This is all about your mentality about health, wealth, and wellness. Some of you, I'm hearing, have some blocks and limitations that you're having a hard time getting through, and it's time for this breakthrough. If you haven't yet checked out Sophia's smaller package on prosperity, health, and wellness, I think that'll be available soon, but she has a smaller package, trying to think of the title. Off top, I can't remember. But this one is all about abundance and actually the laws of attraction, the laws of reciprocity. All of these apply. So the ultimate message here is deprogramming yourself from these old, confining, like even conflicting, I'm hearing. Some parts can be conflicting inside of ourselves. So this can look like when you're holding a mental attitude or a belief system that says whatever it says. And then what your soul and your heart and your whole life really needs and wants feels outside of your reach because you're holding this thought form. Many of these are subconscious, many of these are unconscious. So that's why I would suggest you work with Sophia's programs. If you haven't yet purchased them, I think there's 1 day left on the half-off special. This is very important. This is why I'm reiterating it. Sophia's programs will take you through the exact steps that you need to deprogram yourself so that you can bring in what you desire on all levels of your being. So this phase is all about creating this wealth and this harmony and this beautiful, magnificent abundance in your life and going for your desires and your wishes and seeing a new dream for yourself. All the energy is there for you, but you've got to turn things around right now. This is a brand new start. This is, I'm hearing a new lease on life. I personally never have understood that phrase, but I hear it a lot when I'm doing readings. And I always just kind of laugh about it because This is kind of along the lines of what we're talking about here with having these belief systems so programmed into you from childhood um, that you just continually keep believing the same things. Like we've heard that term, lease on life, for probably our whole lives. And every time I hear it, I just like, it causes this weird thing in me where I'm like, what does that mean? Because how do we lease our life? You understand? And this is kind of what that programming is all about. Letting go of all of this ideology and this, you must act like this, you should do this. If you ever are saying you should or I should, just stop, pull yourself back to center, and ask your heart what it is that your heart wants. And ask your intuition what it is that your intuition knows. And when you begin to bring yourself more into your heart space and in your intuitive space, this is where you begin to follow and trust your own flow. When you get into that space where you can trust and follow your own flow, and you know where you're going, and you know what you want, the universe also then knows. And then those things can come to you. But if you have blockages, and by blockages I mean you're still holding these thought forms in place, you're still having limitations in place by what you were taught or anything like that, that blocks your blessings. Sometimes these are actually just people around you too. A lot of people have jealousy, a lot of people have greed, especially when you're a starseed. You go through many tests and tribulations. People will want to dumb you down. People will want to keep you from shining. So just allow yourself to shine more. And wherever it is that you feel darkness or density or even just lethargy, these are areas within you that need to be addressed. So this is where you really do your shadow work so that you can have the full abundance that you came to this life for. This is yours. This is your divine birthright. And that's what many people don't understand, is that this is actually within your blood. Not just your DNA, but like your actual being is sovereign. Your actual birthright is to have everything that you desire. And by your very blood in coming to this planet is yours. You have to embrace it. This planet and everything within the earth has all the support and the abundance that you need. And this is your time to empower yourself in such a way that you can also then receive what you want. And it's not only just about getting what you want, but it's about having that fulfillment and that satiety for life. Because when you step into your power in this way and you embrace your opportunities in this way and you take a hold of this brand new opportunity that's at your doorstep, you're showing others how to live in their sovereignty too, which is very important.